Hi, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Too Opinionated, where today I am surrounded by actors from a show that I absolutely love. Today is our Doom Patrol panel, and we are really psyched up about it. So I'm excited. I want to introduce you to everybody, but I'm going to let them do that so that you don't have to listen to me for too much. So I'm going to start to my left. So, Jackie, if you wouldn't care, we'll start with you.
I am Jackie Goldston. I play the secretary in Jane's Brain, the Underground. And I'm proud to be an alternate personality.
Very good.
We have our own theme song. I mean, I think it's,
Yeah,
for sure. For sure. All right, Stephanie, you're next.
Hey, I'm Stephanie Czajkowski, and I also play an alternate Jane personality. I play Hammerhead. Usually I have no hair, but it's been COVID, so I'm just kind of like, well, I don't know, let's find out.
Now we know.
Yes.
Even Hammerhead. Phil, you're next.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm Phil Morris. I play Silas Stone, the father of my man Victor Stone, and I've got 20,000 comic books. How about you guys?
Really?
You win.
Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I really did go there. Yeah, I do. I actually do. I have the same ones that I have from when I started collecting when I was 7. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know,
Yeah,
right? I'm in this world to win it, man.
That makes the former comic book store owner in me very happy. So.
I got you. I got you right here.
All right, Tommy, you're up.
My name is Tommy Snider, and I play Ernest Franklin, a.k.a. the Beard Hunter.
Oh, that's awesome. Shay, your turn.
All right, I am Shay Mack, and I play Driller Bill. And I'm hoping next season to come back and actually have a drill.
Yeah. That seems like an oversight.
My wildest dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last
Or
but
a
not
belt.
least, Hannah, you're up.
Oh, great. I'm Hannah Aline. I play Pretty Polly. I'm also an alternate personality of Jane's. Unlike these guys who are kind of recognizable, I have kind of X's across my face and many layers of clothing. So
much
this is my real face.
That's probably fun to play, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I know we all do.
Oh,
Yeah, what is Polly's power? What is her power?
Oh, everyone asks me that question on Instagram, and I go, good question. I don't have one that I know of. To this day, I'm not sure, but
we got to find that out.
We might. Maybe we'll find that out.
Written down. Let's see.
I've researched quite a bit to figure out what it might be, and I can't find anything.
No.
Maybe we'll figure that out.
Yeah, it's a mystery. That means they have to bring you back.
Yeah.
So that we can.
Exactly.
Well, now they do, because we all have to know now. Yeah.
All happy, right?
all of the personalities are like, yes, you will. Bring us back.
Yes, come back.
Please don't kill us.
If they ever get all of you, all 64 personalities at one time, that's the Zoom we need. All 64.
Yeah. I think the most we've had is about 20, maybe, ladies, I think. And that was like in that funeral pyre scene. Right. Like they were just bringing in people, like they were bringing in new ones from last season, like that I guess Kristen said she went through a book and got to choose who she got to bring in as personalities who were like part of a funeral scene,
So cool.
So they had a personality book, and she just got to flip through and say, yes, I'll take this one and this one.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that. So I guess the first question that I have for the group is, and Phil, I think I already know the answer, but had you read the comic books before the show? Have you read them while you were on there? Were you aware of Doom Patrol before you were contacted for the show?
I was not. I think I had heard of Doom Patrol. I had not read the comic books, but when I got cast, because it was right before Christmas. Like it was before Christmas, so there was a long break. I went and bought the Grant Morrison volumes and just just devoured all of them, just because, you know, as we know, we don't, you know, there's so many spoilers. So like, I mean, especially as personalities, we had no idea what the show was, because it was only, you know, because we hadn't seen any episodes and they didn't tell you anything. So, you know, you dig whatever you can. Wikipedia, like, Wikipedia, who is this? You know.
Yeah. Same. I didn't know anything either, and I did all the internet research and everything that I could, because when I auditioned, it was just the secretary, and there wasn't anything really out there yet.
Yeah.
Not really even any wikidom.
Well, that has to be tough, because with Silas Stone, there was a lot of material, not just through, actually, Cyborg doesn't exist in the Doom Patrol universe in the comic books.
Right.
So I was familiar with the original Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol and another group called the Metal Men were really popular at that time. And so I was very, very into them. So I knew the original Doom Patrol, but in learning Silas Stone was a whole nother kettle of fish. So that to me was really the challenge. For me, it wasn't knowing Doom Patrol, because Silas really doesn't know them in the show. He really is concerned with Vic. So my task was really the relationship between Vic and Silas. And then as I started to understand them in Doom Patrol current version, that's what you see Silas seeing, when he meets them. So I had enough information to play it. So that was good.
Yeah, it's really good. Phil, had you read the 80s Teen Titans where they crossed over with Doom Patrol?
I had not. Probably at that time I wasn't collecting as much, because I was a broke actor at the point, and you know, I was trying to get this thing going. But so there was a long gap where I did not collect, and there's a lot of stuff that happens in the comic book universe. But no, I was not familiar.
Yeah, I was curious, because in season 1 they referenced some of the original team, and some of those were in that crossover with Teen Titans. I was just kind of curious, because
no, I didn't know that.
I wonder if they're going to pull any of that material, but I guess we'll find out. Grant Morrison took it in such a strange, weird, wonderful direction.
So beautiful. So crazy good.
Yeah. I read somewhere that Hammerhead, like the version of Hammerhead, is like Grant writing himself, like, because he's like this bald, like super like jacked Scottish dude, and I'm like, no way.
Totally.
Well, yeah, we know your superpower, or we think that it's something to do with super strength.
And F-bombs. So many F-bombs.
Yeah, if that was on the CW, we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
The F-bombs make the show.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's awesome.
Yeah, you have to have that. You have to have that. Well, so, you know, had any of you worked together before Doom Patrol?
No.
Met these people.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I don't know these people.
I don't know these people at all.
Well, I haven't worked with any of the people that you have on your show right now. I just met them for the first time. So
that's awesome.
I'm honored. I love, honestly, let me just say, this is unsolicited. I love this show. I love this show. It's unlike anything I've ever worked on, I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's so outside the box. I mean, they spare no expense to get the best visuals and obviously the best talent. Every storyline, every script I read, I'm like, what the hell are they going to put us through this? What? I really am taken by it. I don't know about everybody, but I'm taken by this show. I love it.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm just like, every time I tell someone and they're going to watch it, and I'm like, look, I know I'm on it, and I know I'm not objective, but objectively, seriously, I'm just like, I'm so jealous that you get to start watching this from the beginning. Like, you get to experience it for the first time. I mean, when the second season came on, we literally, my husband and I, even though I had read the scripts, made it like our Thursday night, like, must-see TV. We would save it, and then we would, cherish it. It was so great. And now it's, now
I told people if they didn't like it, I would pay for their DC Universe subscription. If you didn't like the show, I will, which wasn't a lot of money, to be honest.
Exactly.
It wasn't that hard to do, but I would put that on the line. So
yeah,
I think they do such a good job adapting it. And I know they've made, changes from the source material, but it's really well done. And, we talk a lot with our listeners, and a lot of people that weren't into comic books have been drawn in with this show because it's so different from any other superhero show that's out there. So kind of neat. Yeah.
Well, it's not a superhero show, is it? I mean, it's more like, I don't get
it
that there's
doesn't
a lot
fit
of
the
superhero
norm for
stuff
sure.
going on. It's a very personality-driven show.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
It's very much about the humanity of these broken people.
Absolutely.
Which everybody can relate to, I think.
Yeah, well, head nodding.
Yep.
That's what I get.
So, okay, here's your question. Is Niles a bad guy or is he a good guy?
I think it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what? And that makes him even more human. I mean, look at anybody. Nobody's really bad or good. Everybody has aspects that they maybe share and aspects that they don't. And I know that was something that when I came on board, was kind of like trying to figure out and trying to find the tone, because I wasn't really familiar with Doom Patrol. Mm-hmm. And I kind of just learned to let it be what it is, which is just an explosion in all the best ways. But yeah, I think you would get a different answer if you asked everyone individually. Is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? Because he's kind of both.
Silas is the same, I think. Silas is the same.
Definitely.
It's motivation. It's his motivation says to him, he's not a bad guy. I'm doing this for my dead wife. That's my internal thing. Vic doesn't even need to know why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for her. So in my mind, it's the ultimate justification. I'm sure Niles, in his own way, is justified because this is his daughter, or this is, this is what he needed to figure out for his own personal agenda. And so if you look at motivation, sometimes they're not essentially bad. They're the consequences might be damaging.
If Silas would just let Vic know what his motivations are, maybe they'd get along better.
Okay, we're
Come
all.
on, Silas.
I feel like that is true of all parental relationships. Like, if my dad had told me what he really meant by it, you know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
I don't even think Silas is that actualized. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's me, Phil Morris, saying as the actor that's his
right.
thing.
That's right.
Silas don't know, man. He's just got to do it.
He's got to do it. Tommy, your scenes when you first came on show, some of the most disturbing stuff I've watched on TV.
Yeah, thank you.
It's just hard to watch.
Yeah,
well played.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a real treat for sure.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That had to be when they come in and they explain this character that you're playing. I mean, you had to be like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get a chance to play something like that again.
Oh, I mean, it was like a dream come true, and one I didn't even realize at first was a dream come true, because I knew nothing about it, and I started reading the comics, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the most bizarre, incredible thing. And yeah, I remember when I came into it, asking everybody, oh, well, what's the tone of the show? So where is the beard hunter? On the line of this is believable to this is totally unbelievable. And I found that just going for it was really
the only way.
The grosser I could be, the more I could commit to just making you taste what I was tasting, and
you nailed it. You did not want to be eating while you're watching that.
Good. It actually tasted really good. It was this, I know it's gray, it's like grayish brown, the drain hair, but it's actually, I believe it's called dragon fruit or dragon food, and it's like a Japanese cotton candy.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah, it was just that covered in honey, and it was great.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good actually.
Yeah, I was having a ball.
Take 7? Awesome.
Yeah, let's do it. Can we do another one just to safety?
Yeah. So we just to make sure.
Yeah. I want to make sure
one for me.
Yes, yeah. One.
Oh shoot, that's great. Hannah, I wanted to ask you something. It's non-Doom Patrol, but I wanted to see your movie, the Miseducation of Bendy. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen clips from it. You're awesome in it. Those clips are really good. When's that coming out streaming so that I can't find it anywhere? Any ideas?
Good question. I feel like it's so Atlanta Film Festival. It was still making the festival round. So whenever Atlanta Film Festival is, I think they're doing that online. They're doing another premiere there. So, or another showing there. So I'm not. It's not going to be out yet, but maybe soon.
I hope soon because that's one my wife and I are very interested in watching because
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, your character there a lot different from what you're playing on Doom Patrol.
Yes.
But really good, really good. So
thank you.
All the personalities. So there's you guys and a ton more actors that are playing. So do you get together and have your own little parties at the?
We should.
I mean, why wouldn't you do that? I would totally.
I thought we would have. Like, we got shut down like right before that last week. They were like, and no, you're not coming. Like, I thought we'd have a little like, what?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they cut the last episode, right?
Yeah.
We were
9.
We were supposed to do a little bit in that last episode, and I feel like we definitely would have partied for sure.
Yeah. This
secretary in the back.
Yeah, right.
I know, exactly.
Hi. Well, let me ask that. So obviously, COVID, the quarantines we've all been through, and we're in West Virginia, and we've had a lot easier, I think, than most. But how did that affect you? A lot of the actors we're talking to have been doing, their auditions by Zoom or by tape and sending those in. Is that similar to what you guys have had to do?
Same.
Yeah. We've been doing that in the Southeast forever.
Yeah.
So
Really?
it's not new for us.
Yeah.
But on the coasts, I think it's new for those actors.
Yeah.
Not new, but
it's newish. There's no doubt. It is newish. But it is the way. It's the way of the now. And it has been for some time. And now with this situation, it's even more so. A lot of voiceovers can be done at home. If you have a voiceover studio or you have at least a soundproof room and a studio quality mic. So I've been continuing with a lot of that work. And so that's been great. I did a movie in Arkansas, which was one of the first productions to get up and running. And their mitigation procedures were top notch. I got tested 3 times. I was there 3 weeks.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Every single day you had your temperature taken. Every meal was self-contained. Every meal. Every craft service item was a package or a piece of fruit with a rind on it. They had a dedicated mitigation specialist there every day. It's just the way we're going to have to figure this new normal out. So I was happy to be a part of this experiment, basically.
Yeah, that's really good. Hannah, you're from Arkansas.
Yeah, I am. Was that film with David Arquette?
Yeah, David Arquette and Tim Blake Nelson. Yeah. It's a great
I read
film.
about that.
Very proud of it.
So is it easier doing it taped instead of auditioning live? I've heard it both ways. Some it's easier because you can kind of redo if you make a mistake, but you don't get as hyped up because you don't have anybody to play off of.
for me, I think it's just easier, but it's not necessarily better. For those of us in the Southeast, we crave those in-person auditions because we never get them. They're very few and far between, as Shay and Hannah can tell you. But I think it's only easier because we've already got our equipment set up and we know, what and how. But when it comes to in-persons, there's just nothing like having that in-person
connection. Yeah.
Rapport.
Yeah,
I feel like
that feedback as well. Like if you need to redirect or something like that,
absolutely
you get that in person.
Yeah, because oftentimes you get a breakdown and you're like, oh, okay, I could do this. But in the room, they're going to give you a more specific idea of the tone or the idea of the character or whatever. Because you could be completely off. Basically, it's a guessing game when you get a breakdown and you have to self-tape.
Very much.
So it's so much easier to do it in the room, but we just don't have that luxury now. But some people are doing Zoom auditions first round in casting, which is nice. So you do get that personal feedback.
I feel like there's something we say a lot of the times. We'll say like, oh, you don't book the job, but you book the room. meaning you like build this rapport with, it's true. Like you'll go in and maybe you're good, but you're not right for something. And being in the room and having the rapport with a casting director, you like a self-tape can book you the job, but it doesn't necessarily book you the room. I mean, it will, if it's a good self-tape, if it's a good performance, it will, but it's just, it's the thing that we've all been talking about. It's just that thing of like, if you make a fan and someone likes you, it sometimes has nothing to do with anything except for just the fact that you just you just kind of light each other up a little bit, you know?
Right. Well, I mean, and as good as you are, they can only choose one of us, right?
Yeah.
So they can like a lot of us, but they really are bound to one. So I always think that I'm auditioning for that job, but all these people are going to go off to other projects and they're all going to go off to other lives as we want to. So I have to represent myself as best I can for not just that moment, but hopefully that moment resonates. And they go, yeah, you know, we couldn't hire you for this, but we really liked you, so we wanted you to come in for that. It happens all the time. When you can't go in the room to see people, then those odds lessen more and more.
Well, and with a self-tape, there's a bunch of like kind of hidden restrictions like lighting, sound. You know, you now as an actor, you really have to be able to paint the picture for them as opposed to just being able to go into a room and kind of play off of them. Your lighting has to be good. Your framing has to be good. You know, like you can't.
Yours is awesome. How did you learn these techniques? I need them.
Like scene 2.
That looks like early versions of our podcast.
But you know, there's a thing out here that, you know, like this place called Creation Station. I'm trying to plug them, but I like to go into these places. I like to give them my material. It's another actor usually who is doing it because they want either more time with other people, more camera operation time, or they need the job. But they're another craftsperson who's going to give me something, and I want to walk in and I want to get those nerves and I want to feel that anxiety, you know, that anxiousness that keeps me performing at the top of my game. And I can't always do that when I have a friend come by and we set up a camera and we put on I want to go in and have that connectivity, just like Stephanie says. You know, it means something to the artist, I think.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, really good. Shay, did I see that you help people with auditions?
Yeah, I actually have a taping service company.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
there you go.
Love you.
Yeah. I used to be 24 hours, but after all this happened, I kind of like, you know, condensed my hours a little bit, but it's been actually going pretty well, surprisingly. These last few weeks been awesome. Crazy busy. Yeah.
I do too.
You do?
I do, but I'm further north of Atlanta, so
well, there's plenty of room. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that has to be very rewarding, I would think. It probably helps you as well because it's.
Oh, absolutely, and I know Shay can speak for both of us. I mean, she and I both. You don't get auditions, but you have people auditioning with you, and so you're still in a script.
That's right.
So that's the best class training that you could probably get, especially for cold reading. You know, you could just cold reading gurus, you know.
Right.
That's a great name. We're the
cold read guru.
Come on.
If I was going to go to get help with auditioning, that's where I would go. The cold reading guru.
There you go.
All yours. Take it and run.
That's Jackie, you were on the first time I remember seeing you on a show. You were on this vampire apocalyptic show called The Passage.
Yes.
Does that sound right? Yeah,
yes,
you were really good on it. I was very disappointed that show didn't get renewed because there's 3 books. They only went through 1 book.
Yeah, I was disappointed as well. I thought they would at least come back to kill the awful foster mom, but no.
Yeah, it's what I said. I was like, they left it very open. So I was a little disappointed with that. And Tommy, you were on a show. I'm just gonna bounce around because when I saw you were on. I really liked the show. There was a couple seasons of it. You'll have to help me because it was a group of comedians and you got to play Wolfman Jack.
Oh yeah. I'm dying up here.
Yeah, really good show.
Yeah,
That had to be kind of neat playing Wolfman. That's kind of an iconic character.
Wolfman.
It's funny because I had just watched something like Blow or something. It was like some cool period piece, 70s, smoking cigarettes, drinking whiskey in the wardrobe. And I was like, man, I would love to get a chance to do something like that. And then getting to play Wolfman Jack is like, I mean, that's a real guy. Like, so it was incredible, except I got pneumonia from from practicing the voice while smoking cigarettes. So it did something to my throat, and I mean it turned out great. The show was fantastic, but I was on the couch for a couple of weeks afterward.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
So you guys were on set quite a bit. Any interesting stories? Anything ridiculous happened? Anything that you can kind of share with our listeners that might amuse them?
I got one for you. So we did some stunt training. As you see, I'm wearing a little stunt hat here.
I know. I saw that. I'm so jealous.
I'm so jealous.
So here's the deal. So we did some stunt training, and my character at one point is going to do some very kind of matrixy fighting kind of stuff. And I think they just trained me for the close-ups and the singles and whatnot. They weren't planning on having me do anything physical. But then when push came to shove, I was like, hey, you guys think maybe I could hop in the harness and give it a try?
Hop in the harness?
Literally. So they're throwing me around, and I'm blasting through the walls, and I got to do a significant amount of stunts.
That's awesome.
Sweet, bro.
Yeah, so they gave me this hat, which was like an honor because the stunt team is such an underappreciated department.
Who you got over there?
Who's that guy?
My dog was going crazy just a minute ago, so I'm happy to see that.
Yeah. Well,
You don't want me to unmute myself.
That's the Zoom environment. And you're right. Stunt work is definitely underrated. For sure.
But Tommy, aren't those guys great? Aren't the stunt people over there awesome?
They're all like every single one of them. They're so kind, but also through that process, they're like, if you got to do this, they're like, you okay?
Do you need a pat?
Yeah. Let's get a pat for that. Slow down, guys. We want to make sure that we do this right. They're very meticulous.
They're beautiful, man. So here's my story. Since you brought that up. So I had a scene where Vic actually just beats me almost to death in the first episode, in the first season. And I'm a martial artist. I mean, 30 years in and all this. And so I'm just getting my hat handed to me in this stunt rehearsal, right? We rehearse the thing. They're great. We go to it all day long. I'm getting thrown around and just getting my hat handed to me. And Devin Long, who plays Flex Metallo, who's an awesome guy. He's just a sweetheart.
Love him.
So everything's going great. I'm on the ground, legs out. I'm just done, right? I'm unconscious. And he's supposed to bust out of his cell. And he busts out of his cell just a little too exuberant. Comes flying into the scene.
He's a big guy.
He's a big dude. I'm completely out of it. He trips and falls on both of my legs as I'm just like there. I don't know what happened until he falls on me. And he turned into a little baby boy. He was just like, oh, I'm sorry. He's this like really kind of yoked dude. And he was so beautiful. So the whole scene, I'm getting beat up by Javan Wade, who plays Vic. No problem at all. No hurt, no nothing. We're doing nothing. It's just him coming out of his cell, and he can't keep himself together. It was, it's a great show. It's just a fun show to work.
Oh, it's such a good show. Shay, if you had to give a power for Driller Bill, what would the power be?
Whoa, I never thought about that. I just was so worried about actually having a drill. I never thought, what does the drill do?
Yeah. Drilling and billing.
Drilling and billing. I don't know. That's definitely something I have to think about. Like, what would my power be?
We ask the hard-hitting questions here.
All right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I feel like it would be something with, I would want it to be something definitely like with strength, but I would like to have some type of magical drill. I don't know what it does, but
yeah,
I don't know.
He needs a drill.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you drill a hole into another like dimension or something.
Oh, I like that one.
I like that.
I think it just drills into a nightclub, and then we all
there you go.
party.
I'm also down with that one.
What's the Danny the nightclub?
Danny the
Street. Yeah, Danny the Street.
Well, and Jackie, your characters, that's a very strange one too, because they haven't really let on what she does. Is she just tracking everything? What's her role?
That is a good question. And in Hannah's words, I honestly, I don't know yet. I have an idea, but I'm not positive. So I've seen what you guys have seen, and every script I get, I'm just, in it like this. So I think like the rest of us, we're like, what happens?
We already know we don't know Polly's power. We think Hammerhead is super strength, but what do you think, Stephanie?
I think that's. I mean, it seems to be super strength of a sort. Just because of the amount of like.
She's very angry.
And Diana's very angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when Diane is, embodying that character, it seems to be, and she like starts punching people, they kind of go flying very, very far. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Stephanie, I got a question for you. I know that you're a fitness enthusiast. So when you
fitness instructor, I don't know if I'm an enthusiast.
I know. Well, okay,
yeah.
Fitness instructor. That's right. You don't necessarily have to be an enthusiast, but what were you able to? Do you have a home gym, or did you what did you do when you were in quarantine to stay fit?
Well, I'm not as fit as I was, but because I am an instructor and I'm a personal trainer, and I used to, and I don't as much anymore, I would travel to different people's houses. Yes. I have a lot of equipment at home, so we ended up quarantining for for the first 3 months, from like March to the end of May in Palm Springs, because we have a house there that we Airbnb. It's like someday I guess we'll retire there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because my husband's Canadian and I want to live amongst Canadian and aging drag queens. Whatever. So basically it was a couple of things. I have been Zooming with students of mine from the gyms that I teach at a couple days a week, just to kind of keep a schedule. And then I luckily bought some like of those Bowflex hand weights and just started doing. There's a thing through Beachbody called Body Beast.
Yeah.
And there's this guy who's like, draw. And so basically once I knew what the workout was, I would watch like Veronica Mars and lift weights or whatever. I don't know. I just doing
that's
something.
An excellent show.
Yeah. Doing Veronica Mars and like lifting weights. So
I know that there was no gym equipment to be found in West Virginia. I mean, you could not find a dumbbell to save your life once they started closing the gyms. It was
there's still a very limited supply, and like people, it's on like Facebook Marketplace where I spend a lot of time, which don't ask. Is that like in the same way that people are like, I have all this Lysol. They're like people just like totally price gouging dumbbells. It's crazy.
That's not right.
No, it's not. But welcome to America, my friend. I don't know.
Well, and Phil, I know that you do martial arts. Were you able to continue that at home?
Oh yeah, same thing. My gym closed down, and the beauty of my martial art is I can go to a park. I live at the beach, so you can walk out on the beach, and I mean that's the greatest gym in the world. But yeah, I it took me forever to find a set of adjustable dumbbells, but I found them from China, and I got from China. And I got squat stands and curl bars, and I mean I got it all, man.
You went all in.
I'm into it. I may never go back to the gym again. They might have seen the last of me. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you, Phil. Like when we opened the gyms briefly, I teach at Equinox, and when we opened them briefly, I was like, everyone's like, "Nah, I figured this out at home," and I'm like, "Oh, dude, there's nobody there."
Yeah, it wasn't good for gyms to have us all working out at home because we'll figure it out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, I do like going to the gym because I have so many great workout partners and they do motivate me. So I do want to go back to the gym. It really is important to push yourself in a good way.
We still got ours open in West Virginia. They closed for a couple of months, but we've been open for a couple of months now. So it's
I'm obsessed.
But it's empty.
I'll figure it out.
It's there's not many in there.
Mm.
What's your discipline, Phil? What do you
I teach and study Wing Chun Kung Fu. It's the home art of Bruce Lee. That's really how it was famous.
All I know about that is it's something with fast moving arms.
It is simultaneous offense and defense. If anybody knows the movies Ip Man, that's the style of martial art that they use in those movies.
That's a cool style.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. And
That's a fun one to watch.
I'm in the Blu-ray section of Ip Man 2 showing people what Wing Chun's all about. So I'm in it, man. Like I said when we started this, I'm in it to win it. Whatever I do, I do with a great amount of passion, and I love Wing Chun Kung Fu.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wanted to mention to you that I'm a huge Mission Impossible fan. So I was a big fan of your dad's. And I always thought it was just the coolest thing that you had that opportunity to play the son of his character on the remake. I thought that was really cool. So I wanted to throw that out there. I was like, I got to bring that up because I grew up watching Mission Impossible. It was such a good show.
Yeah, it was a wonderful honor. So, who knew? It was surreal that they would do that show, that I would be an actor of the age to take on the part. That it's just, my dad and I were thrilled. So thank you for that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really
super cool.
Really cool.
It's been a good ride.
Stephanie, I saw you on Call of the Wild. That was one of my favorite books growing up. So really nice job on that. I was very excited when that came out, and of course it had Harrison Ford, which was pretty great. But yeah, you did. You were like the postmaster or something.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was the female postmaster in the wild.
Yeah, it was really good. So, thanks. Are we getting season 3? Is it a done deal yet?
Do any of you know?
Warner Brothers.
I don't know. I've heard rumors, but nothing's official. I keep thinking that I thought we would hear this week because they did that DC Con thing.
That was really cool.
But they've moved the Doom Patrol panel till September 12th. So I have a feeling that we'll find out then.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, they're not. Well, see, we got in early. They're probably not going to get anybody to watch that because this one's they're going to be like, we've seen it all.
Yeah.
And
I would be shocked, stunned if they don't do a season 3. Stunned if they don't do a season 3.
I mean, it would have to start with episode 10, right?
They would finish that episode. Yeah. They would finish that episode, and then like you guys would do your roles, finish that, and then they'd go headlong into season 3.
Yeah.
Because I finished all my work in 10. All my stuff in 10 was completed before they finished.
Yeah.
But we only had those 5 days. Like there was only 5 days, and I think a lot of it was our stuff. There was our stuff. Yeah. Plus we were doing some I was gonna do some reshoots from episode 6. Like there was a bunch of crap that was supposed to happen that week. A lot of it. I'm also pissed because I wasn't gonna go to the wrap party, but I was like, can I fly in early to go to the wrap party?
Yeah. You got to come in.
And we thought this would last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we thought this was
the one who called it.
I was the soothsayer in all of this because no one believed me. I was on set. I was like, y'all, this is gonna be big, and no one believed me.
No, everything's gonna be just fine.
Of all things to be right about. Thanks a lot, Hannah.
You have no idea how many people messaged me and was like, I hate to say it, but you were right.
Oh.
I was like, yep.
Like that's just the way it is.
This is I know my wife works with Live Nation, and they're planning on everything getting back to normal in 2022. They've already kind of assumed that next year is going to be pretty abnormal too. So I hope not. I hope it's quicker than that.
Yeah.
Next year.
My doctor told me that too. Like I had to see him, and he was like, "Don't get used to it. You better find a schedule that you like." And I was like, "Shut up, man."
And next year's gonna be the hangover of this year, right?
Yeah.
So okay, here's your question. So if they have season 3, and I guess I should say spoilers, but is it going to be the dad personality from the end of season 2? Is that going to be the big bad for season 3?
Well, I guess
you
that's
had-
what we're going to have to wait and find out.
You got to find
I
out. I
don't
mean,
know.
is that what you guys think? Because
Makes sense.
they killed or they find out at the end of Doom Patrol that Miranda is still dead,
Right.
and that it's actually the dad personality. I'm not sure what they call him, but that
The
was
Sun Daddy?
yeah, well, maybe yeah, that was pretending to be Miranda. So that's why I was curious if he's going to end up being the. I don't know, because that may have been just what they planned to wrap up in.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
Daddy from the well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daddy from the well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I think
That's what I thought. That's what I thought as well.
Yeah.
I think if we do 3 though too, like I feel like we know what happened supposedly at the end of season 2 in that last episode, but also they're gonna have a lot of time to like watch responses and like they could totally re-engineer it.
Exactly.
Specifically if if we're doing weird pods for like depending on how production's gonna go, and like it could not neatly wrap up, it could keep going. I don't know. Like part of me is like
Well,
I'm just like,
they've
and
they've established
like
something
that.
so wonderful, and you guys play it so brilliantly. Why would they go away
Yeah.
from any of that? They're
I
going to
agree.
feed into that as they're going to feed into the dysfunction with Vic
Yeah.
and Silas, and they're going to feed into the dysfunction with the Doom Patrol and
Yeah.
Chief. They're going to bring Beard Hunter back to screw shit up. Sorry, can we say that? I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, you can say that. Yeah, they
You
got to
know.
bring Beard Hunter back for sure.
They gotta bring him. And
Gotta
so,
bring him back.
I've been in this game a long time. I've done a lot of shows. I've done a lot of series. I really felt when we did the first season of Doom, I was in the second episode. I'm like, there's something special here.
Yeah.
It's special. The actors are special. The word is special. The crew is special. The source material is very special. We haven't seen this before, even though we think we've seen it before.
Yeah.
And it's hard to retool these things. It's hard to get a machine up and going and successful. So they got the machine running. Why stop the machine to start another machine that may not be as successful, may not be as resonant? That's just my opinion as a show business person.
Yeah.
It's just too good. It offers so many different dynamics for so many different parts of our audience. It's great.
And it's just different. It's different, I think, than anything else on TV.
Yeah.
So it's hopefully
Well,
they
just
bring it
taking
back.
those broken people and seeing how
Yeah.
they deal is part of humanity. And I think a lot of us, especially with this COVID quarantine mess, a lot of us are feeling that brokenness, and we just want to escape, but we also want to know how to deal. How do these people deal with that? And there's something for everyone. So
Well, and also
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and there's comfort in seeing, like, there's just comfort in seeing people just not having it all together. Like, especially when you're falling apart. Like, it builds a community in that. Like, I mean, I think the thing that I'm always touched by in being on, and I think all of us or a lot of us are on there's like a Doom Patrol fan page, is just specifically from the Jane perspective. It's just like people talking about trauma and talking about like having to go through things, and just how this show hits on so many poignant and personal experiences in a way that isn't over the head, but in a way that just delivers something to make the audience member feel like it's okay, even though it's super screwed up,
Yeah.
extremely relatable. Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
These are
As
hardly
crazy as it is, right?
These are hardly the glossy comic book cover primary color superheroes
Right.
of everybody's youth. I mean, these are
Yeah.
flawed, muddy, dark, anxiety-ridden, depressed personalities and characters. Give me more. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and they've done kudos to casting, because they've done a great job casting, not just your roles, which are excellent, but really the whole show. I mean, everybody seems to fit the role really well.
It's pretty pitch perfect, I think.
Yeah.
Bill, we got to get the metal men in there.
You'll see it at some point. I really believe that. I mean, there'll be those
That
Easter
would-
eggs
Yeah.
That would be
in
awesome.
there. I was hoping that that Silas, and it still may happen, that Silas would actually come in and work on Robot Man to give him technology that upgrades him like Vic. I can't
Makes
wait
sense.
for that.
Yeah, makes sense.
We'll see.
Get him in
I
there.
know. I'm waiting for the version, the minute where like something happens where suddenly like Jane's personalities all come out and are dealing in the real world with like the actual.
That'd be
like, something
awesome.
weird. Like I'm just like, maybe that happens. Yeah, maybe not, but like I'm like, how awesome would that be?
That would be so great. They could do a whole show just of you guys.
Yeah.
I would love to see us interact in the real world. Like, what would we even do?
I know.
Right. Yeah, I'd kind of like to see, I think I've mentioned this before, I'd love to see all the personalities get mixed up. Just have her go completely nuts, even more so than she already is, and have all the personalities just kind of become their own personalities within each other, just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, morph into one
baby
another.
doll, or Hammerhead plays Pretty Polly, or something like
call
that.
the right people. These are good ideas.
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
Down.
Yeah. Well, I always think like one of my things was always like, so when like Jane's in the like upstairs and we're in the underground, like what are we doing? Are we like playing poker?
What's happening?
I like do I have a little sign that says like advice 5 cents? Like I don't know.
You're in the gym. You're just repping it out.
Like, yeah.
At squatting like a fool.
Totally.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bill's looking for the drill.
The drill.
We know
She's
that.
gotta
I'm
find
looking
it.
for that.
Come on, Bill.
I
We've
never
gotta-
could find it.
We've got to make a Craigslist ad for your drill. Where is it?
That'd be great.
Pretty Polly is reading dinosaur novels, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently
God.
so. I'm really into those memoirs. Those
I'm
dinosaur
so
Oh, yeah.
interested to see what it is she actually does because she's so odd looking.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You know? Yeah, it really is. It's
That
kind
wouldn't be the first
little
time I've
creepy.
heard that outside of this context.
And that
Yeah,
outfit
same.
Carrie got you, like the, poor Hannah also has, she has the eyes, and then she has her ensemble is like 17
Yeah.
pieces of big ruffly whatever.
People are like,
awesome.
I'll be like, I need to go to the restroom, and they're like, okay, you have 5, and I'm like, yeah, I need to go to the restroom. It should take me a lot longer than that. Like I have to lift it all up, and then I'm like sitting there in the bathroom, like someone
Pretty
walked in
awesome,
right now.
yeah,
This
how
is
we all
pretty
kinda help each other out. It's like, no, she has to use the restroom. Just give us another minute or
Yeah.
so.
That's
We're
right.
not back yet.
Gotta have each other's backs.
Mm.
Oh,
10-1 plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, this has been an absolute blast. I'm so happy you guys did this.
Thanks
this
for
has been
having
fun.
us.
Well,
Good to meet everybody
I'd talk
too.
you to
I
death.
know.
Yeah, I'd talk you to death.
What a pleasure.
That's not fair with me. But before I let you go, let me go around and let each of you say, if there's anything you're working on or where or I should say, people can find you. Hannah, let's start with you.
Sure. I don't know. I feel like I might be too much. There's a horror film called Seventh Day that'll be coming out whenever that comes out. Miseducation of Bendu, which you spoke about previously. Yeah, I'm on Instagram at my name, Hannah Aline. And yeah, I'm not working on anything right now, but there's a TV show called P Valley, which is a really great show if you haven't watched that.
Yeah.
I'm in a couple episodes of that, so check that out. I think it's 5 and 7. Yeah, and also Shay is in that.
I was gonna say I thought Shay was on there too. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's on Stars. Is that right?
Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Other
cool.
than that, there's nothing happening much right now. Or
Just enjoy
anybody.
it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
I
break.
did just finish a feature film in Baton Rouge, and that was a lot of fun. It was another horror film, and they did it really well. So,
awesome.
yeah, we'll
What's
see.
the name of it?
It's called Viridian. I don't think they've put anything out about it yet, but it's called Viridian.
I like the
Yeah.
name.
It's
Yeah,
a cool
very
name,
good.
right? Yeah.
That's very cool.
That's me.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. Jackie,
you.
what do you have going on?
Other than shooting people's heads, I am not doing much of anything.
That'll
I'm
keep you busy.
Taping people, shooting headshots for other actors, and just trying to stay on my game.
Yeah.
And looking at a lot of Instagram and Twitter casting director feeds, and
Yeah, you have to. You have to. I asked this for the group, but I know Phil, you do a lot of voice work. Do the rest of you do some voice work, or have you looked into that?
I do some, but I've mostly been auditioning. I've not been booking because everyone is doing it now. Everyone.
Right. Yeah. Competition.
So
is
I feel like I was like, oh, little lead. Like I had started before everyone decided to become one, but like.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What, Stephanie? What are you up to?
Well, teaching classes, you can hit me up on Instagram at @skisays. The last couple months we've been developing. When I came into Doom Patrol, I was also dealing with. I had been diagnosed with cancer, and my husband and I did a website called Chemo Skinny about our journey as a couple. And we decided to do a podcast because we're kind of in COVID, gives you a lot of time to look back and see what you did and see how it went and your perspective on it. And since then, I've gotten a lot of emails from so many people just who've been diagnosed and what do I do? And so we are dropping the first, like our pilot episode. Like, this is what happens. Hopefully you never have to listen to this. But
that's exciting though. That's and congratulations on the fight.
Yeah.
I know that's been a battle. That's really awesome.
So,
but that's exciting.
Yeah. So
yeah, really cool. Jackie, did you tell us where we can find you?
Instagram, Twitter. Usually it's Jackie_Goldston. Somebody got my handle, so yeah.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
I apologize. You can have it back.
Yeah. For a small fee.
Right.
Phil, I can't let you go without asking you if Jackie Childs was watching Doom Patrol, what would he say about the show?
What the hell's wrong with these people? Talk about sad. It's sad, all right. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what
shoot.
There's so much to me. I got to shut him off sometimes.
What have you been working on, Phil?
Well, I spoke about the movie that we shot in Arkansas. It's called The Ghosts of the Ozarks. And that's with Tim Blake Nelson and myself, David Arquette, Tommy Hobson. It's going to be a pretty interesting film. I'm also, man, I'm working a lot, so I'm very, very happy. Let's just put it that way. I'm the new commander in the next Star Wars video game. It's coming out called Star Wars Squadrons. It's fantastic. And hopefully we'll all be on season 3 of Doom Patrol, and I'll be Silas Stone. What up?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Where can everybody find you?
At the Phil Morris everywhere, whether it's Twitter or Instagram. It's at the Phil Morris.
Yeah, you surprised me. Like everybody else, we're binge watching. This whole the last several months, and you surprised me because you showed up on Black AF and
I played I played
that show's so good.
And Black AF. So I'll be back on that next season. They can pick that up at Netflix as well.
You got a really good role on that.
It's fun. It's just fun,
show.
To play his dad is just crazy, and Mike Epps plays my brother. I mean, it's just
talk about a great cast.
It's good stuff. It's a great cast. I love Rashida Jones. I love Kenya. They're great people. So,
that's really good. Yeah, we're lucky enough. We got one of the daughters coming on the program here in a few weeks.
Oh, good. You'll love. They're all incredibly bright. I mean, these kids are geniuses, each one of them. So they cast it really well.
Yeah, they did. It's a really good show. Shay, where can we find you, and what are you working on?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. What else is there? Twitter.
MySpace.
MySpace.
MySpace. All the avenues.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, exactly.
LinkedIn. Oh, I have a very professional picture on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm in my suit on LinkedIn.
Very professional. Right now I'm same as Jackie. Self-taping, coaching.
Yeah.
I do some in person, some virtual. As far as acting, I'm auditioning, like everyone else. There was one thing I did book, and I have no idea what's going on with it, but hopefully after everything calms down, we'll get more news, more information. Yeah.
Well, I should have warned you guys. You may want to take your phones off the hook after this airs. Watch out. It's going to get crazy.
It's about to blow up.
It's going to blow up. All right, Tommy, what are you working on? Where can we find you?
You can find me at my home. I will post that. No, I'm on.
What was that address?
Just 7. It was 10 to just lock a place in. No, you can find me on Instagram. Facebook is, Facebook is what Facebook is. So I'll just say Instagram for now.
Safer.
It's a little
It is
safer.
safer.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I've been working on actually a kids show that I've been developing.
Yeah.
When all this kind of happened, I saw actually through Facebook and just through a lot of friends, there's a major need for kids content and for something that can just cheer kids up, something that they could just watch and, let a load off. So I've been developing a fun project called Fizzling's Fun House.
Oh, that's great.
That we're going to drop on YouTube so that it's free, so anybody can watch it. And that's coming at the end of December is what we're thinking, around the holidays.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going for it, and I got a really talented team, and it's basically Pee-wee's Playhouse meets Mr. Rogers.
Wow.
Love it.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't wait. That's gonna be awesome.
I'm
We're big
subscribing.
fans of your Cartoon Network stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, I have to say, because you mentioned Jackie Childs, I just have to say, Phil, you are incredible, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't tell you how many times I say, "Who told you to put the bomb on?" I told you to put the bomb on. You, man, you're the real deal. So I just want
That
to
was
say
a good Jackie Childs. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he hit it. He nailed it.
We had
closer. That was it.
Thank you,
yeah,
brother.
Phil, we had, before I let you guys go, we had Phil Melman, or Peter Melman.
Peter Melman, yeah, the writer.
Yeah, on the show, and he just raved about you. He just said
He's a
you-
great cat, man. He's
Yeah.
funnier than you can get out. Yeah.
He really, he said you just cracked him up.
Oh, good. That was my job.
Yeah, that's right. You did it
That was
well.
my job.
Well, yeah, thank you all so much. It's you guys are so talented, and this show. The one thing about this show, I think, in limited time, it really lets you bring out a little bit of personality and kind of show off some of your abilities. So I know that's going to lead to big things. So, thank you very much for coming on and sharing a little bit of your time with us. This is
Thank you.
you, Michael.
Appreciate you, man.
Having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, I'm going to let you guys go, and then I'll wrap the show up. But
Right on.
talk to you again real soon.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. See you guys. See you guys on set.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Hopefully.
How do we?
Oh yeah, how do I end this?
Oh, I'm still on.
How fun was that? Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Woo! I got sweaty while doing all that. That was I got nervous being around all this talent. That was amazing. Doom Patrol, such a great show. It was one of my favorite comic books growing up. As a comic book store owner, those were the type of books that when people came in, they said, I'm kind of looking for something different. Those would be the type of books that I would just love to introduce them to. So it's so exciting. We live in such a fun age right now because all of this stuff that my generation was nerding out on growing up is starting to show up and show up in a good format on TV and movies. And Doom Patrol for me is maybe the best one. I mean, it's so well done. So if you haven't watched it, I hope you will. It's got obviously got really talented, great actors, and that was an absolute thrill and a blast for me. So really enjoyed that. Thank you all for listening. If you haven't checked us out on Facebook, please do so under MeisterCon. We have a brand new updated website, meistercon.com. You can go on there. We've got a couple of different blogs. You can see projects that we love, friends of the page, and you can also find not only the Too Opinionated podcast, but our Too Spooky podcast as well. Lots of fun stuff upcoming. We're getting ready to open up a brand new studio, so that's pretty exciting. And I'll end with, we get asked a lot, how can I help? Well, if you're interested in helping, we do have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/MeisterCon. And even, $1, $2, anything helps. It's our goal to keep putting out quality podcast and to upgrade our equipment, our studio, everything that we're doing. So anything that that you feel like is warranted, we can definitely put to good use. So thank you very much, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye.